singles. It's nicely locked in, and I always start like big, right? 10 seems to be a good speed. And then I'll show you what a good size is. So it's, I don't know, what would you say that is? About 10, 12 inches. This is a good width. And then I'll turn it like this. And then I'm gonna go long. Not too long, just long enough that I can put those folds in. Oops. Shoot. Okay, so that's pretty good, right? So I'm gonna do a letter fold. Because I didn't put extra flour on here, you can see there's no flour. But say it's getting a little bit sticky because you didn't, there's too much dusting, this is a good practice too. But I can feel that I don't need to do that. In case you do, this is a good practice. Brush off the excess. So that's one letter fold, right? But this gets 6. Just for puff pastry, you can give 2 folds back to back. Meaning you give the first one and I can directly give the next one. So after I give here, yes, I'll show you. I'm going to go big again. And then I'm going to go a little bit wide again too. I mean, I could keep it this narrow, but it's better to go a little bit wider because just in case all the sheeters are occupied, you can roll it out by hand. Okay? This is a little bit wider. And then I'm going to go. So you can see I'm not really measuring the exact length. Just so long as it's long enough for me to give it a 3-fold, right? And then also if the sheeter's occupied, this isn't going to suck to roll it out by hand. Whereas if it's this fat and you have to roll it out by hand, it might not even pass through here. So make sure you give it some length and then you're folding it. It's so important that the butter stays cold because if the butter is softened out, it's just getting mixed into the dough. We don't want it to mix into the dough. We want to create dough fat. So if it feels like it's getting warm at all, my hands run warm. My body temperature runs normally warm. So this is challenging for me. This chocolate pastry. So I try and handle it as little as I can. So this has 2 singles. I gave 2 single folds back to back. How many more folds does this need?
4.
4 what? 6. Exactly. So whenever you are between turns, right, between these 2 folds, I have to let it relax because that's a lot of tension being pulled, right? 2 times. I pull it this way, fold it, and then I pull it again. So give it at least 45 minutes rest in the fridge. So just to keep myself straight, I will even write down here, okay, needs 2 singles. Oh, needs 2 singles. Right? 4 singles. 4 singles.
4.
Thank you. Yeah, 4 singles. So stick it in the fridge, wait 45 minutes, come back, and then do it again. Another important thing about laminating, and I'll show you that this one gets hot, right? Because when I'm rolling it, when I'm giving its turns, just go like this. Again, nice and cold so it doesn't get stuck in the machine. And I'm going to rotate so it's not so narrow. This is getting soft. I'm just going to give it 1 turn right now because it's really soft. But 1 single looks like that. And I'm trying to always keep it level, right? So at this stage, you kind of like pull just to short. Just like that. Yeah. If it was still kind of cold, I was talking too much, I'd give it another turn. Oops. Right? But because it's feeling soft and I don't want to damage it, I'm going to put it in the fridge for a little bit. And then this one gets hot. So put it in the fridge, 45 minutes, and then when I come back, I'll give it 2 single turns. When you give it the second turn, because I fed it through this way, feed it through this way now. You're always alternating between turns, right? So have a feel of this so that you know when to stick it in the fridge, because it's feeling a little bit, give it a touch. It's getting too soft.